every week you can connect on fridayconnect.net. This will, all of our trainings are there. We always post the most recent 4. We do have to add in 2 more. We're just waiting for some outside people that we have coming in, some experts that we're waiting for them to confirm with us, which will be really, really good guests. And then be sure to, if you haven't, subscribe to our Facebook group. And I'm going to put that here as well. And this is where we add even more value, even more training outside of our every week programming. So this is free to any licensed real estate agent, or if you're getting your real estate license, we'd like to just create a great community of collaboration and agents helping agents. So, all right, Mexico, bienvenidos. And awesome. And then I'm going to put as well our YouTube channel. Every week we upload our past trainings there. So if you can't stay for the whole thing, or you want to remember, oh, what was that resource they gave? All of that, usually we'll have it up the very next day. And then we send out an email for that. So watch out for that. And yeah, so let's go ahead and start getting started. I know some people are still trickling in. Saw some last minute registrations. It's going to be a very interactive workshop. Usually we always have some type of PowerPoint. I do have a PowerPoint, but I'm going to kind of go back and forth because I do want to show you some real world examples while I'm getting everything pulled up here. Because this is something that's super important. This is where I think a lot of agents, for lack of a better word, fail, or there's a big disconnect on how to actually systematically capture these leads and get them into your CRM. And I think that's where a lot of people are struggling. So that's why I wanted to go through this today, because you can utilize my background and this is what I am good at. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So give me a second here. And then we're going to share the entire screen. You're going to see it kind of zoom away for a second. So today we're going to talk about, like I said, capturing leads and how to do it the correct way. And if you want to know why you should listen to me, my name is Jacob Sharman. I have been in digital marketing for over 15 years. This is what I know. And I'm located here in Houston, Texas. I'm bilingual in English and Spanish. So for our Spanish speaking people, if you want to reach out to me afterwards, I'd love to talk to you as well, so we can do that in Spanish. My specialty for the last 15 years has been in web design and SEO. I'm the co-founder of MIFT Media, which is a full service marketing company specializing in real estate marketing. I'm also the co-founder of kvCORE Social. You probably heard us talk about this 1,000 times, but this is basically social media content and strategy done for you, so you can take the guesswork out of what to post. And it's the first ever social media content platform out there where you can get purely content done for you. And I'm also a realtor as well, and a global team leader with eXp Realty. So I understand where you guys are at. I have a team as well. And so we're always focused on lead generation. This is probably one of the sexy topics that everybody wants to learn more about, and that is lead generation. So we first need to start off and have a good foundation. I get a lot of people come to me and say, oh, I generated a lot of leads. And when I actually do the research with that client or my team, it's not really leads, they're just views or interactions. But you've got to have a way to contact these people. So basically, lead generation is basically just a process or marketing where you get your content out there for people to view, and you want them to basically give up their information so you can turn them into a lead and hopefully work with them. So the lifestyle of a lead is right here. We go from traffic or a view of your content. They give up their information, they become a lead. You nurture that lead to hopefully become a client, and a client to close a deal. So a lead can be a person, a business, anybody that has expressed interest in your services. So as realtors, buying, selling, leasing. And in order for them to be a true lead, you have to have some way to contact them. So if people just get on your website and you see that they're visitor number 235, guess what? That is not a lead. That is a traffic or a view. You have to be able to contact them to be able to nurture them as well. Who is not a lead? Obviously, traffic, people just passing by and looking at your content. So if you get 2,000 views on your TikTok. Sorry, those aren't leads. You got views. Now, we play this numbers game for leads, which will turn them in, or numbers game for views, which would turn them into leads. But right now, they are not a lead. So, what is lead capture? Lead capture is one of the most important things that you will ever do besides creating content, besides lead generating, because you've got to have a way to capture those leads. And there's several ways to do it. And unfortunately, most realtors are doing none of these and not doing it properly. And I'll give some examples and show you some real life examples too. So, lead capture is basically the process or the system of collecting information or details from a potential customer or a prospect. Lead capture allows a business to build a database of potential clients. This is what we strive for as realtors, because without leads, we don't have clients. Without clients, we don't have deals. Without deals, we don't make any money. And this is why 87% of real estate agents here in the US fail in their first 5 years in their careers. They don't have a great marketing plan and they don't have a systematic way to generate leads because it is a numbers game. So, why are leads important? I'm pretty sure we can all guess this. Leads help us generate clients. So, generating leads allows a business to maximize their chance to convert that lead into a client. And then by having clients, the more clients we have, the more potential for sales and closed deals we have in real estate. Just because they are a client and we work with them, sometimes they can't buy a house or we can't get an offer accepted on a house, especially back in the height of COVID. That was a huge problem. So the more clients you have, the more potential for deals and closed sales you have, and we make money. So I'm going to break this down into each kind of sector of where we get our leads from. And we're going to kind of keep it high level. I'm going to try to drill this down in individual trainings because there's so much to this, but this is kind of the high level. And then I'm going to show you in real time these methods as well. So the first place, which is where I don't think people leverage correctly, because this is kind of harder on social media. There's no forms you can embed in your post. You basically have to link them to send them somewhere. So how do we capture leads from social media? There's actually several ways. So first, we must learn how to leverage a social media platform to get in front of our ideal or our target audience. So if you are specializing in senior living, 55 and over living, you're not going to find a majority of your clients on TikTok, watching reels, or on the new Threads app that just came out yesterday. Okay. You're going to find them on Facebook. That's where they hang out. That's what they like. Maybe on LinkedIn a little bit because they might be professionals, but a majority of those people are going to be on Facebook. If I want to interact with my grandparents, I go to Facebook. They're not watching my Instagram and my TikToks and my YouTube. They're watching Facebook. But flip the script, if you're trying to get somebody that's 25 to 35, right out of college, looking to buy their first home, you're not more than likely going to find them on Facebook surfing. They're going to be on TikTok. They're going to be on Instagram, watching reels, YouTube, any of those things. So learn how to leverage your platform for your target audience. And even if you work with all of those people, just realize the type of content and where you need to put it. And then it all starts with your bio too. What does your bio look like? I see a lot of people's bios that I know, whether it's their personal profile or their business profile. I personally just keep one. I have all of my profiles are my personal profile and I use them for business because that's a part of who I am is my career. And a lot of people, I don't even know they're in real estate. You don't even have their website listed. They don't even have their work history, nothing, even on your personal profile. So you need to create enticing profiles telling people what you do and how they can utilize that service. So if you just put, I'm a realtor in Houston, okay, well, that's great, but put connect with me here. Or if you're looking to buy or sell, and then put your links. On social media profiles, it's also important. You don't want to put a ton of links, tons of links. So on Instagram, you can only put one anyways, but one actual URL, and then you can start adding your Facebook profile. But it's important to utilize something like Linktree, where you can actually post everything. So maybe looking to buy, looking to sell, homes under 500,000, download my buyer's guide, download my seller's guide. So all those things. So you can always say link in bio. And then with Linktree, you just go add the link and they can scroll through and find what you are offering or what they need. So make sure your profiles are enticing. There's links to your stuff, especially the things that will capture leads, which we're going to talk about when we get to websites, and create compelling content. A lot of agents are struggling because they don't give a call to action. You're going to see this over and over again here. And when I've done any of my website workshops or webinars, people struggle with call to actions. The way I say this, and it's not derogatory, is you have to treat your audience like they're a child, because there's so much information, so many distractions out there that you need to tell them exactly what you want them to do. And that is schedule an appointment with me, schedule a free consultation, choose a date and time. Literally tell them what the next step is. If you don't tell them, don't be surprised if they don't get distracted by something else, especially if this is on social media. There's so many times I go to check a message on social media and I scroll for an hour and didn't even check the message. So it's so easy in this world of distraction, especially when new apps like Thread are popping out. People might not even be looking at your stuff anymore. They're looking at Threads right now. There was a joke on Threads this morning that said, how many people actually looked at your Instagram this morning? Most people are looking at the Threads, trying to get followers. So make sure you have a clear next step for them. Another way, and this is more of a manual way instead of automated, we're going to talk about how to automate this importing into your database, but interact with your audience. So many people like and comment, and you don't interact with them or interact of anything of importance. And one thing that's great is the moment they like your post or they comment, you know exactly who they are. I click on them, especially when I'm looking to grow my real estate team. I look at who's looking at my profile. So obviously, if it looks like a bot or a fake profile, you're not going to do anything with that. Or those ones that the moment you submit something and the robot is attached to that hashtag, they'll tell you, hey, post it on here or here. So obviously, we're not going to interact with them. But if somebody puts, great content, oh, I love this, click them, especially if you don't know them, send them a quick DM or a message and saying, hey, thanks for the like, thanks for the follow, especially if they're following you. I really appreciate it. What brought you to my page today? And then ask them. And if they just say, hey, I just saw it, I loved the post, whatever, it was a beautiful home, say, great. Just let you know, obviously, I'm a realtor. If there's anything I can do to help you, or if you know anybody that needs help with real estate, have them reach out to me. I appreciate the support. And then leave it at that. Maybe follow up with them next month or start commenting on their stuff. And because then you'll be at top of mind. And the way social media works is the more you interact with somebody, the more you'll see them in your feed. There's a lot of people I don't interact with that I'm friends with, but I never see them in my feed because we don't interact with each other. So the whole intent of social media is to connect people together. So interact with your audience, respond to comments, message them, because that is technically a lead now because you have a way to message them. They responded. You might not have their email address yet or their phone number, but they might reach out. They might refer somebody. Oh, my cousin's looking to lease an apartment downtown. Great. Get that contact. Whether you work with leases or not, you don't know who they know. And that could turn into a deal as well, because most people that rent will eventually buy homes. So, and then message people who have interacted with your content. Like I said, like, shared, commented. There's other integrations you can do with Zapier, and we're going to talk about Zapier later. When people respond to Facebook Messenger or your DM, a lot of times you can extract information from there and get that into your CRM. But it all depends on their privacy settings. A lot of times in your Facebook chat, your Facebook Messenger, you can set it up to ask them their name and email and import that information automatically the moment it comes in. So utilize social media. Just because you can't put a lead form in social media doesn't mean it. For instance, if you are making a post about homes under 350,000, send them to a landing page that will give them a list of homes under 350,000 as long as they enter their name, email address, and cell phone number. If you're talking about, hey, download my buyer's guide, and you're doing a post about your free resources, send them to that page so they can enter that information, and then you send them the free resources once they've actually done that. And we're going to talk about some more foolproof ways to get real information from clients, especially when they're wanting to access information. But if your social media post says, hey, 3 tips on buying a home. Do not put in the post your main homepage of your website. That is not anything. Send them to the buyers section, which is technically your funnel. You send them to your buyers funnel. So it's everything about buying a home, searching for properties, scheduling a consultation with you, signing up for your newsletter, downloading your buyer's guide. Send them to that. So that would look like this. Let's say that you're going to send somebody, send them to the buyers section of your website. So if you go to your website, look, schedule a consultation, search for properties. Again, another way to reach out and chat, schedule a consultation. If I click this, they're going to choose the date and time, and then Calendly is going to pop up. And the moment they enter their information, I've captured a lead because I've set up a Zapier to take that information and import it to my kvCORE CRM or whatever CRM you're using. So be intent and be specific on where you're sending your leads, because don't just send them to your homepage. They're going to get distracted and lost. Send them to a landing page, a squeeze page, a funnel, or a specific section of your website. So we're going to talk about that later. I could go another hour on social media. So let's move on to websites. This is super important because a lot of websites fail to capture leads, especially these generic IDX websites. They have 1 or 2 methods to capture leads, but that's it. And you're missing out on a lot. So the way to maximize your lead capture on your website is, 1, to optimize your website for lead capture. Do you have a lead friendly design? Is it mobile friendly? Do you have an easy navigation? Do you have compelling content with why they should use you or why they should look for homes in this area? Are you utilizing landing pages and funnels? Because again, if you just send them to your website, remember, a website is just a series of pages, okay? It's just a web page with a digital address. But if you send them to your generic website and there's no specific content or no specific conversion goal, you're going to lose them. More than likely, you're not going to get any information for them. They're going to scroll and click around, not find what they're looking for, and then move on, okay? So when you're sending people to your website, where are you sending them? You sending them to the buyer's page, the seller's page, the renter's page, the real estate investor page? Are you sending them to your blog? Do your blog articles have a way to capture leads? Do you have a way for them to schedule an appointment, to register for your newsletter, anything like that? And that's another great thing on the social media point, is you can even tell people when you go to follow up with them later on, hey, can I get your email? We have a weekly newsletter that goes out about everything in Houston, restaurants, parks, the real estate market. It's pretty much about living in Houston. Don't worry, I won't spam you. Can I get that so I can send that out to you for free? Why not? So how are you capturing leads? So on your website, do you have a spots for people to put their information? Do you have strong call to actions? Are you utilizing capture forms, so online forms? We fill out forms for almost everything. And what's funny is I see a lot of real estate agents with forms. They have no idea where the form goes, where it saves, or they don't not even use Zapier. To the moment somebody hits that button, it's imported into their CRM. They're manually doing those things. You shouldn't be manually really doing anything, especially with something like Zapier, which we'll talk about. And make sure that the lead import automation is automatic into your CRM. That way, in the moment they're on a drip campaign, you're nurturing them, you're calling them, whatever your system and process is. We have tons of training on that. You can go watch on our YouTube channel. But make sure that they're immediately getting into your CRM so you can nurture them and you can manage that database and grow your database on top of that. So let's take a look at a few methods. So on here, so one way is to have them download your resources and guides. So right here, I have them for them to download my app. So if they click this, it's going to take them to a page for them to download my 360 home app. And the moment they do that, they're entering their information right here, and immediately they're in my CRM, and my CRM knows that it came from the app page, that they downloaded the app, and then they're utilizing it. So that's method 1 on this page. Method 2, buyer's guide. Download my buyer's guide. And if they do, it comes to my landing page right here, and then they're going to enter their email, cell phone number, and click download guide. Now, one thing I want to caution you on when we're talking about downloading guides is that Are you downloading, are you redirecting them immediately to that guide? That's a mistake because most people will enter a fake email or a fake cell phone number and they will just get your information for free and you never got a lead. So it was still a view. What I do is, for instance, in kvCORE, when you create a landing page, it asks you for a redirect URL. Send them to a thank you page. And then on that thank you page, it says, hey, to get this list of homes under whatever, or to access this newly listed homes, or to download my buyer's guide, go check your email or check your text message. And they're going to know right away, oh crap, I gave a wrong email address. Let me go back and fill it out again, and you're going to at least get one or the other. They might still enter a fake cell phone number, but at least you have their email address to nurture them. So don't give away that valuable resource unless you have verified that that's the real email. This happens all the time when we do emails. They'll send you to verify your email before you access anything, before you can access your account. Verify your email, and you have to go click that link to make sure that that was the real email address and not a spam one that you entered. So again, here, my online form, not only does it tell them thank you and email me, it also goes to my CRM as well. And I use Zapier for all of this. Another way is I do get pre-approved. They fill out a pre-approval form that asks for their name, email address, cell phone, what area they're looking in, their time frame of move, and their estimated price. And then what I do is it captures the lead, and then it goes directly into my CRM, but it also emails my preferred lender and says, hey, I have another lead from my website. Remember that this is my client. Do not recommend another realtor. Here's the information they provided. Please reach out to them. So now they're getting that pre-approval, but I still capture the lead and can immediately start following up with them. Booking a consultation again, they're going to fill out that schedule a consultation form, select a date and time, and fill out the questionnaire that I have on there, and that will immediately get imported into my CRM as well. Client intake form. Sometimes people skip to this. They go fill out my long client intake form, so I don't have to ask them these same boring questions in the meeting. And this immediately verifies that they're in my CRM. If they're not, then it adds them. Searching for a homes, making an offer and negotiation, all of these videos, it will make sure that they're in my database. So make sure that your web page is set up to capture leads and to import them automatically. So let's talk about lead capture with IDX website, okay? So obviously we need to enhance our IDX website. So our IDX websites, a lot of times we get those free with brokerages. And if you're not getting that free with your brokerage, you should be. At EXP, we get kvCORE for free as a part of our brokerage fee. And this is kind of a picture of my IDX website. You can see it here. One thing is to enhance your settings or your lead capture settings on your website. I see this over and over again where people will be on their lead site, okay, and they turn off forced registration. That is, to me, lack of better words, the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. You should force people, if they're going to use your website, force them to register. Because if not, they need to go, especially if they already have a realtor, they can go use their realtor's website. But if they're going to use your resources that you pay for and manage, they need to give up their information. A lot of people have this scarcity mindset that, oh, they'll register if I don't force them. No, if they're serious about looking for a house, they will register, okay? And this makes it easy. So if I were to click this property, I think I've logged out. If I click this property and I view more than 2 photos, my IDX website is set up to literally make them register. So it'll say, hey, to continue viewing properties, please register. And it just asks them for their name, their email address, and their cell phone number, and their login information is their email and cell phone number. So this took a minute to load. So let's see if I look at view details on this, and then I click on the photos and I start looking, it should prompt me just like this to log in to get full access, okay? So I want them to log in. I want them to get access so I can start tracking what they're viewing, so I can start nurturing them. So if you have this turned off, you should go turn it on your IDX website, okay? Next is implement capture forms. So again, lead capture forms, contact forms on your website. Are you utilizing the landing pages, the one that you saw pop up for the buyer's form to get the buyer's guide? that was a landing page in kvCORE. So the moment they do that, kvCORE automatically imports that. A lot of your IDX websites have a landing page that you can create. It'll tag them. It'll automatically import them to your CRM without having to use something like Zapier. Utilize squeeze pages. Again, whatever your content, your posts, the emails you send out, send people to a specific customized page so that way you can capture their leads easier and quicker. Use text codes as well, where they text this number. So if you have an advertisement, enter this giveaway by texting this number, and it texts them and captures their information. Guess what? Now you've got a lead. So lead capture with paid ads. This is another kind of important thing. So if you're going to use something like Facebook ads or Instagram ads, there is a lead generation form. That form will force them, and when they click to learn more, it'll ask them and populate an autofill for them to register. The key with that is to make sure that you integrate it with Zapier so that lead is imported in real time into your database or a spreadsheet, or it emails you their information, whatever you want the workflow to be, but that you're capturing that lead and getting it instantly and not just going and manually downloading. Again, if you're manually downloading, you're wasting so much time and on admin work that you will never get to focus truly on income producing activities. So you can do retargeting ads. So that way, even if they didn't click, it'll keep them coming back. So eventually they will click. And if you're going to do a traffic ad, for instance, so whether you do like a Google ad, a YouTube ad, or you do a Facebook traffic ad or Instagram, you're going to send them to a landing page. So if you're talking about check out open houses this weekend in Richmond, Texas, you never have to change that ad because that search URL goes to your IDX website with a saved search result. And then you're going to redirect them to the landing page first, get their information, and then send them that link. They can constantly be checking and that let them know that it updates. You can redirect leads to call you. And the moment they click that call button, you can have a zap that allows that number to get imported into your database and save. And then obviously they call you. Same thing with text messaging, WhatsApp, whether they text your Facebook page, their chat or the DM, it's all integrated with something using Zapier. So talking about those methods, how do we automate this to get into Zapier? So one way we can automate it is our online forms can automatically email them and automatically email you to let you know that there was a new lead, or you can have it automate and email your VA, your ISA, or your assistant. But the best way to do that is with something like Zapier. It's easy. You come in here and let's say that I was going to do a Facebook lead ad. So Facebook leads ads, and I wanted it to go to my kvCORE. So I come over here and tell it that I want to connect these two apps together. And then the important thing is what happens. You select a trigger. So whenever there's a new lead from the ad, they fill out the lead generation form. I want you to create a contact. So it's going to create a contact. Now, if they're already in there, it just won't do anything. It'll update them and that's it. Then you come in here, you're going to connect your account, choose your Facebook page, and then you're going to select the trigger. And then you're going to come over here and choose your kvCORE account. And then you're going to line up the information. So in the form, if they filled out first name, last name, email, cell phone number, it'll show you the forms fields. And then you just go into your kvCORE. When you do the action part, you'll sign it. The Facebook lead ad, first name here, last name, choose what lead type it is. So if it's a buyer's campaign, you'll put buyer, that it's a buyer's ad, email, and then you can come down here and tag things. So most of the CRMs work the same. That's one form to automate it. Then you would just give it a name and then publish that. And then the moment that those leads come in, they're automatically going into your CRM. So I wanted to show you a few other things as well. This is one of the real estate sales funnel I developed. If you are on my real estate team, you get this for free to set up. I have a DIY setup that's available, or our marketing company can do it. But I kind of want to show you what a real estate website sales funnel landing page looks in one. We have other trained on that, but there's always, you'll notice that there's always ways to capture information. So I'm sending them to the funnels, downloading the resources or guides, joining our mailing list. Again, all this is automated the moment they click subscribe. it puts them into my database. Now, most CRMs, you probably do have to add a first name, but you could add that form there. Information about me, my blog. So it goes to the blog, and the blog always has a call to action, even has stuff on the side for them to follow up with. Featured videos. So I'm sending them to my YouTube. At least I can get them to subscribe if they're not ready to fill out a form. So that way I'm nurturing them through my videos every week, and then a work together. And then, here's the seller's funnel. Again, schedule a consultation is the goal. They come down here, choose a date and time. They find out all of that about how to buy a home. They can download the seller's guide, and then they can come down here and schedule a consultation. There's also a contact page as well. You can come in here, they can do this. If they click schedule a consultation, it'll redirect them to my Calendly form. They can contact me via any of these ways, all of that. And on top of that, if they're a buyer, it connects your IDX website as well and redirects them to them so they can search for available properties. They can get pre-approved. So that's one way. They can book a consultation is another way, complete intake form. So if you look everywhere on your website, there should be a way to capture that lead and capture them whatever state they're in. So maybe they're not ready to talk with you one-on-one, but you're ready to capture that lead by letting them download a guide just to get a little more information. Or maybe they want to just find out more information about the area and they want to fill out your form. Whatever it is, let them meet you where they're at, and then you can slowly warm them up and build that rapport with them to take them to that through that lead generation journey as well. I hope everybody got to see. I just saw that. Sorry, when I share my screen, it doesn't let me see a lot of the chats. But do any of you guys have questions so far about lead generation? Be very mindful of where you're trying to generate your leads, what information's out there. So the biggest thing is using online forms. So if you're using online forms and you are doing everything yourself, your IDX website should have a way to create forms. If not, one of the best and easy ways, and it is not free though, unfortunately. I think they do have an easy free version. Let me log out. Is Jot Forms. And I didn't share that on my screen, but Jot Forms, I'll put that in here. Jot Forms is a great way to design and add. And with Jot Forms, you can create forms and you can automate the forms and have it do all kinds of different things, full and powerful. And then it integrates with Zapier as well. So anytime somebody enters a lead on that form, it'll go into your database if you set it up that way. But with JotForm, you can embed them anywhere, which is great. And it's super easy. You just click embed, and then it tells you to copy that code in your page. You just put a little title with it. So you can create a contact form, a lead generation form, a subscribe to newsletter. There's so many form templates as well. JotForm, if you're not technical, that is the best thing to do. And plus, there's so much training on it. If you're using WordPress sites, you can use something like Ninja Forms. There's the Contact 7 form where you can create your own forms. You can use Google Forms, which is free. It's a little more kind of not archaic, but it doesn't have as many features as the other forms. But if you're just trying to connect somebody to register for your newsletter or just get some basic information, that is easy to do as well. And you can embed that into your website as well. So those are some form tools. Some tools to build landing pages. You can use WordPress, your IDX website, so like kvCORE, Showcase IDX, all of those top ones, Chime. You can build landing pages in those and connect forms, and that way it automatically incorporates to your CRM because it's already on the CRM system. So does anybody else have any other questions before we kind of wrap it up? I know it's a lot of information, but I want you guys to really think and go through your business and look at all the content you're putting out. Are you sending them to a specific page, not just your general website? You send them to a saved search results, something, and that page needs to have a way to capture leads. So if you send them to a saved search result, they're going to click on one of the properties. And if they view more than 2 photos, if that's set up, it's going to force them to register. If not, send them to a landing page and then email them a link to that saved search result, to that squeeze page, to that listing, whatever it is. Make sure that everything you're giving away, you're capturing leads So that way you are growing your database and playing that. So I don't think there's any other questions right now. So remember, a few little things as we wrap up. Everything can be accessed on our Friday Connect website. So I'll put it here again for those of you who missed it. And then on Friday Connect, there's two things that you can do on there. You can see our past videos. If you scroll all the way down to the YouTube videos, it'll show you some of our past videos. You can subscribe to our channel there. We also do have our marketing resources available. So there are some uh, paid courses like kvCORE training. There's an agent attraction funnel. I have my real estate website course on how to set it up. But there's also free things. We have free master classes. Our social media content platform, Karuvi's there. Tharmilla, mine, and Friday Connect's YouTube channels are there. And we're going to be adding a ton more things there as well. And there's also a partner page. So if you're looking to partner with our group here at eXp Realty, as long as we're in the country that you're in, the area that you're in, you can partner with us. So I saw people here from Mexico. We're in Mexico. We're in Canada. All of those places. We're in 24 countries and territories right now. And you can partner with us and join our group. And if you want to learn more about that, just hit that partner button and you can schedule a one-on-one call with me. It's a no pressure call. We'll just let you know kind of what it would look like with you at our brokerage and inside our team. And our team is one of the fastest growing teams in EXP. We're, I think, well over 2,600 agents now. And the reason why people are joining our team is because of our modern training resources. And our resources are what's helping. I have a new agent who's been in the business 6 months, already on their 7th deal, already has, I believe, 4 listings right now, already closed 3 deals, and literally is just moving through, and they're just posting exactly what Karuvi, our social media content platform, says, getting ideas from that, following our system. So when you join our group, you not only get Mike Sherrard, if you've seen him, his Social Agent Academy, but you also get our Karuvi social media content platform that gives you social media content daily, what to post, how to generate leads, get free training like what you saw today. We have weekly mastermind calls. You get free kvCORE training. So how to utilize the CRM and how to utilize it on a marketing standpoint and not just set it up like most people teach, but actually how to strategically use each thing to generate that lead and nurture it into a client. And the real estate sales funnel that you saw, everybody that I sponsor gets that funnel for free, which is I charge a lot of clients $2,000 plus to build that out for them. So if you're interested in things like that to grow your real estate business, I highly recommend you partner with us, at least just to figure out if it is right for you. And like I said, if you do speak Spanish, we can do the meeting in Spanish as well. And I thank everybody for coming today. Remember, every Friday we do this. These are free. We're looking to build a great community of realtors. Go join our Facebook group, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you in next week's training. And if you had any questions that I wasn't able to answer, feel free to reach out. If you're watching the YouTube video, leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next week.